you use a small program and you go further in it, you can always go back to your previous code and say, okay, I used this module before and I know how to use it again. Okay, if you wrote a bunch of lines and you had no idea as to how the code would work, it would be very difficult for you. So I'm going to demonstrate what the code would look like. A comment is always started off with a slash and a star, and then you can kind of fancy it up as much as you want, okay? And this, I'm going to write anything that comes under the slash and the star is a comment, okay? The program will actually disregard it. The comment is only for the user, okay? For the next user, okay? This is a demo program. And I can again go with a, and when you end the comment, you always put the star first and then the slash, which means that it's just like your parentheses. If you have a matching parentheses on both sides, then anything that's inside it will be commented, okay? Now, you go back and you say, now in using C++, okay, an important thing that you will have to learn is what are standard libraries. Standard libraries are something that are already written by people, okay? They are common commands that you constantly use over and over again, and C++ does not want you to recreate the wheel again. You understand what the term recreating the wheel is? You know that the wheel is round and you know that it's going to roll, okay? So you don't want to start off from scratch and start writing the whole code over and over again. Instead of that, they're very nice, they let you use the code again, and those code modules are already put together and it's called as a standard library, okay? Standard library is usually included always at the top of the code, and they're called as header files. So this particular program will use two header files, and the term or the keyword will be include. There are two standard files that I am going to use. One is called a standard library and the other is called as input-output stream. You know what input and output are? What are the two input and output devices that you have on your computer? What is the input device and what's an output device? Yes?
Printer.
A printer is what kind of a device?
Output.
An output device. What's an input device?
Keyboard.
A keyboard is something that you put the information into. That you use to put the information into is an input device. Something that you use to put the output information is an output device. A screen or a monitor is an output device. Okay? Now, in order for me to write the code, I need two things. I need a standard library because I want to go back to somebody else's code. Okay? And I need an output device. Now, in order for an output device to work, I have to use IOStream. Okay? Streaming is another language. I'm sure you've heard of the word stream. But this has got nothing to do with it. It's a very similar format. Stream means to take from one to the other. Okay? But the input-output stream and the standard library are two header files that you would require, okay, to write this code. Now, the statements that you would use in order for you to have the word hello world displayed on the screen would be lines over here. I use the term cout. Okay, cout means to output something from the screen. Okay, the output of that program. Now, if you see right next to cout are two less than equal to signs or less than signs. Okay, they are called as operators that will show you the direction. And this actually shows you the direction. Cout means you're actually going to put whatever terms come after that particular operator will be displayed onto the screen. If you see the term / or \n, which means that you're going to skip a line. Okay, there are different codes for different things that you would do on that particular program, and one of them will be \n. Then I use the code system pause. Now, system pause is a code that you use in order for you to see the output on the screen, because I'm going to show you the program how it runs if I didn't use a system pause. the execution of the program is so quick that you won't be able to see what is on the screen. But I want you to see what is on the screen. So I'm going to execute this program. There are two ways in which you execute. Remember I told you is it called as a compile and then it's a run. You can also use, they are what icons, they are shortcuts. I'm not going to use that, I'm going to show it to you right from the menu bar. Execute, compile. When you compile, it's also going to ask me whether you're going to save it or not. Because this is the first time I'm writing it. It is going to compile. Now look, at the bottom of the screen, it gives you if it has compiled everything. Now, you will see if there are any errors in this code, you will see the errors on this. Okay, I see one error. Every line in this code needs to end in a semicolon, which I forgot. Okay, so if I didn't put a semicolon, it means that it will not execute that particular code. I'll go back again and compile. Now my code has no problems. I can go ahead and run it. Execute and run. Source file not compiled. I'm going to show it to you from my laptop because I have the program already running on the laptop too. So I'm going to show it from here. Okay, when you get a chance, you can come up here and you can actually take a look if you really want to come up front too, because the program runs right from here. And do the same thing. I execute. I compile and run. If I have any problems in the code, it will tell me that it is not compiled. But right now the program is a working component, okay? And if you see the screen, I will show it to you on this one. Okay, if you can come up closer whenever you get a chance, you can see hello world being displayed on that, okay? And if I didn't use the system pause, this whole black screen that you're seeing right now would never be visible. Okay, because it would just execute the program and then it would close down. Okay, and for me to stop you or to show you that this particular program runs, I have put a small code over there. It says that please press any key after you're done. Okay, so when I press a continue key, it is going to finish and it will tell me that the program has compiled and it has run successfully. Okay, so this was just a demonstration for you. It is a complex programming system as far as your level is concerned. I do agree, but you have to understand that when we are looking at programming, we have to learn certain basic languages before we go ahead. And C++ and Java, when you are venturing out into high school, you will be coming across programming languages. Alice and Scratch will not be used. It will be used as a standard, 9th grade level. But as you get to the higher classes, you will see programming languages based upon whatever career choice that you make. But for most of you who are going to be dealing with computers all the time, you will be making programming language choices, and I do really hope that you will take C++ as your programming language along with Java. Okay, thank you.